So what can businesses do to retain their workers? Joining me now is Ethan Bernstein, Associate Professor of Business Administration at Harvard Business School. Is the answer higher wages, like the Journal's front page story the other day?
So from what we're seeing in our data, the 2022 war for talent, whether it's the Great Resignation or the beginning of the Great Attraction, it isn't going to be won on the same dimensions as the past. Yes, organizations are offering progression, raises, perks, promotions. People want progress. And that progress, thanks to 20 plus months of a pandemic, is much more individual and idiosyncratic than it was before.
But progress has always been something that, you need to show people in their careers. You move them up a position, you start to talk about, a future that they... Why would this suddenly come to the fore with the pandemic?
Because at least from what we see, most of people aren't looking for that kind of progress, Kelly. Many are quitting because going to work and getting those perks is like going to a restaurant, ordering sushi and getting cheesecake instead. Yes, they're both good, but it's not what they're looking for. They might be looking for flexibility. They might be looking for a different kind of office or virtual office. They might be looking for all kinds of different things that are more of a human-centric, idiosyncratic view than many organizations are willing to take on recruitment, job design, rewards, and most importantly, as you point out, development.
Does it come down to commutes are a pain? Most offices, the way they're set up, are a pain. People just aren't thriving in these environments. And if they don't need those annoyances to do good work, they just prefer to do it at home, and maybe that opens new opportunities.
Well, so let's talk about some of the trends, and it might just be pajama pants will still be in 2022, but beyond that, how do we know? Well, people analytics is going to help us know. Work tech, the likes of dozens of unicorns and growing, is going to help us know. Maybe seeing offices, as we've said, as add-ons rather than as the main is going to help us know. But also, honestly, many people are looking for flatter organizations. So organizations who are getting better at flatter are going to do better, we think. And as well, it's a bit of this, well, why not just ask and deliver, not as a survey, not as a group, not as an organization, but individually? Why not try to help workers see their progress as their own rather than the organization's? And that might even mean accepting this trend towards side gigs becoming the main gig.
Sure. So one thing I wanted to bounce off of you is, what about those who left their jobs and found that they were not better off because maybe they tried to start a company and it didn't quite pan out, or they realized working for themselves was harder than working for someone else? That's just one piece of what's been happening here. But do you think we could see this boomerang effect of people saying, actually, maybe that job wasn't so bad?
Boomerangs has been a thing for a long time. It could very well be a trend of 2022 or 2023. Most of what we're seeing isn't that people want to boomerang back, just the same way they don't want to go back to pre-pandemic times. They actually have learned something about themselves and what they want and want to move forward. That might mean going back to their old employer with a different role and a different set of criteria, or it might mean finding someone new to pair up with, because a global talent market has given them opportunities that extend way beyond the street, state, even country that they're currently geographically located in. It's going to be interesting.
It is. And what about Zoom fatigue? It's a real thing. People are trying to figure out what kind of blue tinted eyeglasses they need to deal with. And now I see commercials for this stuff all the time that's specifically marketing to the person working from home who has dry eyes and all these problems. What is the next evolution of this going to look like?
Some people have bought their blue glasses. It's no different than those who were in office spaces who found that their fingers hurt and they needed ergonomic keyboards or ergonomic desks. Where people decide to invest might be a sign of fatigue. It actually, though, might be a sign of where they'd like things to work. So how does that compare to the commute? It's going to be individual. That means different organizations can win at different things. But by and large, this is going to be a zero-sum game because there's a limited number of workers, as you pointed out at the beginning of the segment. So I think we're going to try to solve on all fronts, not just one.
I like what you said. It's not just about wages. It's about flatter organizations, a sense of, your purpose, a flat, there's a lot of characteristics here that people can work on. Ethan, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.